Let's talk about artificial intelligence and how we can use it to actually help expose Scientology. Hey, everybody, welcome. I'm Natalie. This is Scientology Life After a Cult. Big hello to everybody over there in the live chat. Hello to the members as well. I appreciate your support. And thank you so much to my moderators for being here today to help out. I don't know about you guys, but I have all kinds of questions about ChatGPT in general. I do use it. I have an app on my phone. I love to ask it all kinds of questions about things that I just wonder, and it gives me some good answers. But did you know that we can use ChatGPT to expose Scientology and even to help understand Scientology and that mindset, which helps because it helps us to get people out of Scientology or stop people from going in the first place. And if you go over to sptv.space, there is a resource now, and we're going to talk about that with the person who helped put it together. And basically, she took all of the technical volumes by L. Ron Hubbard. They're these red books. They're like this thick. There's several of them, all the auditing procedures in Scientology, not all, but a lot of the basics there, and uploaded them into this chat GPT so I could think with it. And this same thing with what are called the green volumes in Scientology, or L. Ron Hubbard's administrative policies, which are also used to run Scientology organizations, or Scientologists use it to run their businesses and even their household. I mean, let's be honest, they use it for all kinds of things. So we're going to get into that. Put question in front of your question. I'll try and get to as many as you can, as we can. We're going to go through this and basically explain how you can use this resource, how you can even help test it. So let's hear. I'm going to bring in Scientolo Geek. Welcome, Holly. Hello, hello.
Hello. It's good to meet you.
You as well. I'm geeking out about meeting Scientolo Geek.
Trust me, I'm geeking out about meeting you.
It's so funny because I'm always like, oh my gosh, I get to meet that person. With ChatGPT, we're going to take a look at the resource on sptv.space, but can you kind of give a basic explanation of what ChatGPT is?
So, ChatGPT as a whole is what we may think of as an artificial intelligence. In this case, for its primary usage, it's used for conversations and information. So someone can go onto the ChatGPT website and just ask a question. You don't need to format it in any specific way in order for it to be understood. This bot, whatever magical system is behind ChatGPT and those servers, will be able to analyze your question and answer it accordingly.
Wow. So this is different. Can you talk a little bit about how ChatGPT and AI is different from, say, Googling something?
So Googling something will provide a list of crawled links, a list of specific links that have been searched for, have been grabbed and indexed by Google. ChatGPT uses that information that it finds on the web. It may not give you specific list of resources as Google would. I mean, obviously you can ask it to, and hopefully it can provide some interesting information. But more generally, it will just provide the information that you've asked. So I can say, I might have to Google weather in Rhode Island today, or I could, I don't know if ChatGPT has weather access. I'm assuming one of the versions does.
Yeah.
But you could say to that bot, you could say, hey, what's the temperature going to be like in Rhode Island today? Or I'm going to Massachusetts in 3 days. What would it be like then? And it can, again, answer your questions accordingly. I've used it for the bots that we're going to be discussing today. I've used it for image generation. I've used it for sort of like game master design stuff. So it's tons of different what are called GPTs. GPTs are the individual created bots that have different functions and different purposes. So
the way that it's set up at sptv.space is you can go into a bot that is the green volumes or the policies of Scientology, and then it's set up in a separate bot that is the red volumes or the technical policies of Scientology. So you're saying each of those individual bots they think with the information that they're given,
Yes,
Do they have access to anything else besides the information you uploaded?
yes, they have a general access to just internet information and stuff like that as the normal chat GPT would, but these allow you to provide an extra little bit of focus on a specific subject. So with the Green Volumes bot, not only does it have access to like the fair game policy, Xenu, and just some of the more commonly well-known doctrine on the internet, now that I've submitted these green volumes, it can be like, all right, I'm going to look in executive division page 450 because that's what I found for this question that this person asked. This might be useful. And then they'll spit the information back to you.
It's just amazing because isn't the idea that it learns, being that it's an AI tool? Is that
What do you mean?
true? Or in this situation that like you Google something and it's stuff that was already there. It doesn't really think beyond find something already there, but Chat GPT can think with different information and a bit more nuances because it learns, and you can, I think even the app on my phone, I can pick up a conversation and I don't have to re-explain what I told it days ago. It knows.
Nope.
It's just like, okay, remember the other day when I told you about how whatever it was? I mean, it knows what you told it, which
Mhm.
is, Google is not like that at all. You have to re-explain what your search is in there. Is it the same way with these chat bots that if you go in your individual session and you talk to it and you ask questions about a specific policy, and when you go back, does it remember what you already told it, or is that just the app on my phone?
I find that most often it memorizes what you have within the specific conversation. Sometimes if I go to another conversation, if I create a new one and I say, hey, do you remember when I asked you about this? It'll be like, no, I can't remember other sessions unless you're in that session talking actively.
Yeah. I have been amazed at ChatGPT. Like I said, the app on my phone, it even has like where you can talk to it at like I didn't understand what you were just saying, that GPT is a bot and these are basically specific bots. So if I look at the app on my phone, it'll have like friend, it'll have like health advice or financial advice. So each bot is geared to be able to talk about those specific things.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's the same thing then with Chat GPT, with the bots that are on sptv.space for the red volumes and the green volumes. Will it continue to learn information? Like, will it be able to reach like the stories about ex-Scientologists who's left Scientology?
That I'm not quite sure. I have to do more testing in order to figure that out. I've tried asking it about a couple of Guardian's office incidents, and it had no idea about them.
Yeah,
So
which makes sense because that was scrubbed from the green volumes, the Guardian's office, only in reference to what it once was. They had to get rid of all mention of it because back in the 70s, 11 Scientologists, including L. Ron Hubbard's wife, were sentenced to prison for the largest infiltration of the United States government in like history. They infiltrated a total of like 136 different entities around the world. It was huge. Those are the kind of things that I wonder, like when I think about the chat GPT that I use in life, it'll be similar to that. So that's interesting. I guess we'll have to find out. And I love that this is happening in real time as it's being figured out. Let's just throw it up there and see what happens.
yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and pull up. This is a page. So everybody, if you do go to sptv.space and you click on, I think it's the resources, you will find you will basically find this, and you have ones for Scientology doctrine HCO policy letters, so the green volumes, and then there'll be one for the red volumes as well. So hold on, let me clear this. So we go in here and I have it pulled up. And so this is specifically about the green volume. So we could ask it a question related to Scientology policy, like, here's let's say I'm a Scientology staff member. We can't pay our rent or utility bills. Natalie is an amazing suppressive person. And she and others are making it hard to recruit. Um, should should we do some fundraising?
See what it
Let's
says.
see. It's thinking, it's thinking, it's thinking. In situations where your organization is struggling to pay rent and utility bills, as well as facing challenges with recruitment due to external suppressive persons like Natalie, the following steps based on the Scientology administrative policies might be helpful. Suppressive person handling: address the situation with Natalie by applying standard procedures for handling suppressive persons. So then it kind of gives you identify the suppressive person. The ethics policies provide clear steps to neutralize the negative influence of SPs and protect the organization. I love that line too. To neutralize the negative influence of SPs and protect the organization.
Right? Let's
Yeah,
see.
and this is
Internal
interesting.
strategies. Ooh, they don't mention that policy. Okay.
Not in this one, but like when I asked it earlier about fundraising, it specifically told me, no, you're not supposed to do fundraising.
Awesome.
This one,
Awesome.
yeah, income strategies, fundraising could be considered a temporary measure, but it should not be the primary source of revenue for the organization. LRH emphasizes the importance of exchange and delivering of services. So he's basically saying sell more services, which is true. That's what L. Ron Hubbard says. Addressing suppressive influences and enhancing the recruitment and service delivery systems could be your long term focus to stabilize income. You guys throw some. Yeah, I love that tilty bird. We will never be neutralized.
Quick thing from Bad Phaeton. He said, I'm a nerd, so AI and ChatGPT intrigue me, but I have no idea what we're talking about. What are green volumes? Green volumes are also known as HCO, Hubbard Communications Office policy letters, are the way that Scientology runs their organization based on the writings of its founder. So this
Yeah.
is all managerial, whereas the red volumes are about their counseling, auditing procedures.
Yeah, exactly. Scientology counseling and auditing there. And if you guys have questions, throw them up in the live chat here and let's throw them in and ask. So there's another one. Well, Daniel Gomez is asking, what version of ChatGPT are you talking about?
I mean, just the latest version that's currently there. I mean, occasionally the bot may need some updating when new information is added. So there might be some times where it says ChatGPT needs to update, start a new conversation in order to get the most up-to-date information. So that maybe if I submit a new document into its knowledge base or fix some of the little parameters and stuff like that in it.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so let's see here. Let's try. Let me
Quick
go.
question, Natalie.
Oh, go ahead.
So since I'm going to be asking about testing quickly, do you mind pulling up the ChatGPT chat again?
Not at all.
So
Okay.
can you go to point 1 that it gave?
Point
Okay, so,
one.
yep.
Right
So at
there.
the very bottom of point 1, you see a reference, HCO policy letter 16 February 1972, the purpose of the Department of Personnel Enhancement.
Yes.
At the top of, if you open up a new conversation with the bot, each bot will have a description. In that description is an email to forward your conversations to so that I can get a better understanding of what the bot's getting right, what the bot's getting wrong. And there's also a link to look at the specific volumes for that bot. So if you were to open up a new conversation in the green volumes,
How do I open a new one? Just a little
just
new
click the
chat. I
green
see.
volume up in
Okay.
the left-hand side. Click it again, click the category for it. And
The
it'll open
green
up.
one.
Yep.
Okay.
And then in the description, that URL, if you go to it, will give you the green volume. So you can be like, all right, so it's telling me to look in the Treasury division on page 452. You can pull up the Treasury division and you can go to page 452 and you can be like, this is accurate or this is making stuff up. And this
So
will happen. Guaranteed that the bot will sometimes make stuff up. So do not take anything without a grain of salt. Make sure you do your proper research on the references that it gives you. If it does not give you any references regarding specific managerial techniques, please ask it. Be like, where did you find this information? And then you can go there yourself and make sure that it's right. Like right now, I just looked up 16th February 72, and that was the correct title. It did not give a volume number, but by going to the index, I can see that it's in the qual div. So division 5. page 379.
Now, tell me, so you cut and paste this URL, like where it says short URL.at,
Mhm.
the one there. So if I put that in, that takes me to a Google Drive. Is that correct?
Yes, it should take you to a Google Drive with the green volumes, and then obviously the red bot will have a link for the red volumes.
Oh, okay. So then I see. So then I can go right. Oh my gosh. See, Scientologists would love this. If freaking Scientology would do it for Scientologists to just be able to go and pull up that exact L. Ron Hubbard reference. I mean, let's just talk about that for a hot minute here. How much Scientology is missing the boat with ChatGPT, and we know why they're not going to use it. They don't want people on the internet. That's why they're doing apps for their magazines. They don't want people going online and going, "Oh, hey, I heard there's a new issue of Freedom Magazine, but I don't remember the website. So I'm just going to Google Freedom Magazine Scientology." And then they end up, on YouTube. That is what Scientology doesn't want. So they want to create ways to keep Scientologists off the internet. It just blows me away that that they could do this and they could have this. It would be so helpful for them. So, okay, so I see where it is. I can go to, let me share that page because then people can see what I'm seeing here. I clicked on the links to take me to the green volumes, and then I opened it up, and you guys can see it's like right here. Here's the table of content. This is the data series here. Oh my gosh. So I can look at the actual, oh my goodness. This is so
Looking on
cool.
the Google Drive itself may be slower than actually downloading the volume and searching it yourself.
But you can
Some,
download the volume and search it yourself.
yes,
Oh my goodness.
it's right in
So,
the top right hand corner, a couple icons away from that big blue share button.
oh, okay. I see it. So you could share it there. You could send anybody that link. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm telling you, like Scientologists would be losing their mind if you could do this. That's our whole thing. How can I quickly access? So let me pull up the bot again here. So I can go in and say I'm in here looking at the green ones and I want to ask it for like what are the qualifications to be a staff member in the Hubbard Communications Office, which is HCO. So qualifications to work in basically what is HR and Scientology, Hubbard Communications Office. Let's see. Okay, so to be qualified to work, and this is somebody who would be recruiting staff members, doing some HR stuff. Security check, make sure there's no criminal record or subversive intentions. Demonstrate nominal ability to help. So what does that mean? Like you can help on a bare minimum level. Personality tasks must have an acceptable profile with the majority of points not below the center line. I do remember that. And an IQ of at least 110. And then some other additional testing and be an ethics upstat, which means good case gain, a good study record, and good post statistics. And here is the clencher: no drug or psychiatric history. The individual must not have a history of drug, psychiatric treatments, or criminal behavior. You cannot work in the Hubbard Communications Office. It sounds like if that's your situation, you might be better suited for, I don't know, OSA, the Office of Special Affairs, the Dirty Arms branch of Scientology. Let's see. Bad Thayton says, according my Chat GPT Scientology boasts millions of people across the world, but that number is believed to be highly inflated, that the more realistic are between 22,000 and 55. I agree with that. I wonder I wonder what it would say, like how many staff members should an organization have? I'm just so blown away by this. And there should be at least 10 staff to be considered an organization. If it's below 10, it's a city office or forming org. Oh, I forgot about the admin to tech personnel. So like one admin person for every tech person.
Good luck
Oh,
getting freaking 5 auditors in there.
Yeah, like for every auditor, you'd have to have one administrative person. This never ever works out. So then we have let me see, did it switch? It did switch. Okay. So then we have the red bulletins, which are like the technical bulletins for Scientology. So we could ask it like I'm feeling depressed and um oh, let's see. What would it be being called in Scientology? Well, I'm just feeling depressed and need mental health help. What should I do? So this is basically using the information in the red volumes for Scientology. So it's kind of like getting an answer almost straight from L. Ron Hubbard in a way, but definitely. Oh, so ChatGPT won't provide mental health support. That's a ChatGPT thing, not a Scientology thing.
You may need to ask, according to Scientology, if I am feeling this way, what is their procedure?
Oh, good one. According
You
to
may have to
Scientology,
reword your questions.
if I'm feeling this way, what is the procedure to handle
Let's see if we
it?
can.
In Scientology, if you're feeling depressed, the approach taken would not frame it as a mental illness in the traditional sense, but rather look at it as an issue related to personal conditions or the mind. Scientology suggests that mental health issues such as depression or psychosis are not inherent conditions, but rather effects of being out of sync with one's spiritual self or overwhelmed by external influences. Interesting. And then it even gives you like the Scientology things you can actually try. Oh my goodness, this is, like, so crazy.
I also have, where is it? So it is that. All right, so we're going to copy the link here. I'm going to see if you can get this link. I'm going to post it in the private chat first.
Okay.
So I'm messing around with another Scientology bot. However, I have received scanned copies of the 2007 basic books.
Okay.
So I'm seeing what happens if I throw the basic books into a new bot.
Oh, can I pull this one up?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, so
First
this
time anyone knows about it. So
Ooh, it's a new bot. This is breaking news, people. Let's see here. So we're gonna do the basic book. So it's a new bot, Scientology basic books. Okay, so that's Dianetics, Science or Survival. So what
and if anything gets updated, you can ask that main question that's in there that says, what books do you have in your current knowledge base? Just to get an idea of how updated it is.
Oh. Well, I wanna know what are L. Ron Hubbard's and Scientology's thoughts on, say, homosexuality? Can't wait to see. I mean, I know, but how will it answer it? What will it say? Will it try to give a public relations answer or L. Ron
Nope.
Hubbard in Scientology, particularly through Dianetics and other works, treat homosexuality as a form of sexual perversion or deviation. In Dianetics, the modern science of mental health, homosexuality is grouped with other forms of sexual behavior such as sexual sadism and lesbianism, all categorized as sexual perversion. Right there in black and white, no matter how much Scientology tries to say, oh, no, 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 we're not homophobic. What are you talking about? One time I saw it with my own eyes, Scientology staff members on a video with an interfaith community group trying to infiltrate it. And one of the members asked, would you perform a gay wedding? And I almost fell out of my chair and peed myself because the Scientologist, who is a Sea Org member, says, oh, yes, I don't see why we wouldn't. I've just never been asked to do one. You liar. No,
They
no.
definitely got an ethics problem with that.
I'm like, liar, liar, pants on fire. Even ChatGPT, L. Ron Hubbard knows how L. Ron Hubbard felt about it. You're just lying about it. Why not say, there was a time in our history where we wouldn't have, but, with the changing of the times and as people have different views and become more inclusive, we've decided that. But you're not going to get them doing that. They just pretend because they're like, well, what are you talking about? We have we have one of the gay, Catherine Bell, the actress. We let her walk around amongst the rest of the Scientologists. So we are inclusive.
We let Laura Prepon play a lesbian on Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Did you not see it? She was excellent in it. Well, that is exactly what they think, I think. So the one for the basic books, that will be cool. Thank you, Bad Thayton. I saw that. You sent me an email about how ChatGPT answered your question about Scientology and depression. Thank you. I would love to see that. So when people go on here and they're testing it out, so what is it that they need to do? What would be helpful on your end?
So when you are testing, again, it's when you open up a brand new bot, you're not going to see the links after you already start a conversation. But when you start up a new bot, you'll be looking directly under the bot title. There's going to be a little description. In that description is a link to the affiliated volumes for that bot. Also, there is an email address for you to send me screenshots or shares of your conversations so I can get a better idea of what the bot is getting right, what the bot is getting wrong, or what the bot's just making up.
Okay.
And this can help me to kind of try to tweak it in different ways in order to make sure it's more accurate.
Okay, got it. Okay, where should I ask this question? Would this be bulletins?
Probably.
Policies, maybe. I mean, it is, well, it's in the book, What is Scientology? But let's try it here.
That might be a question for the basic books.
Oh, is what, you know what? Let's try it there first. Let me get that one. So let me go back to the basic books. So basic books. Okay, and what was my question? Can a member be a member? Can you be a member in good standing with Scientology and still practice your non-Scientology religion? Can I practice Scientology and also practice my Mormon faith? Let's be specific. Mormon, it's all right. My Mormon faith. Can I do this while on the upper OT levels? Now, this is from the basic books. So
this may not know about the upper OT.
Yeah, and a lot of new, they make it sound in the new earlier things that you can. While Scientology promotes itself as a universal path to spiritual freedom, it maintains strict expectation for its adherents, especially at the higher operating Thetan levels. Thank you, ChatGPT. Scientology emphasizes the practice of its own doctrine and technologies to attain spiritual advancements and freedom. Let's see. These levels involve significant commitment to the principles of Scientology and auditing processes. At these levels, it's seen as necessary for spiritual progress. Mixing other religious practices such as Mormonism and other faiths with Scientology would likely be seen as conflicting, especially since Scientology has its own set of beliefs about spiritual development, the Thetan, and the nature of existence. So basically, no.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It did not
If you
align
noticed,
to Scientology's expectation of full dedication to its path. Ooh, that's so true.
So if you noticed at the bottom of it, it told you reached your limit of conversations. Due to the fact, I think this is which chat bot is it? I don't know. I think they have one general version of the bot in order for a chat. I don't know if it's the GPT 4.0 mini or the 4.0. However, if you do not have a plus membership, you will not be able to talk for as long as you'd probably like. It's going to have a time limit on how many messages you can give within a specific period of time. So if you have any questions any things that you aren't able to enter due to a time limit, I'm happy to take them as requests and emails.
Okay. But if I have is it any membership with ChatGPT or a specific one someplace?
So with ChatGPT, let me go to my plan. So right now I'm on the personal plus plan. It's $20 a month. I will say that, but it does allow image generation, creating and using custom GPT bots. But you should be able to access these bots anyway, even without a regular paid membership.
Okay.
But you won't be able to create any unless you have one.
Okay. So. Interesting. This is so crazy. I just want to go play with it a whole bunch. So if anyone has, is there an email that you can share where people can reach out to you directly on like all of this stuff if they have a question and are like, hey,
If you have a question, feel free to send me an email at scientologeek@gmail.com. I just put that in the chat. Or if, for the hell of it, you want to hop on the Discord server, I can provide the link for that too.
okay. Okay, cool.
So that
And
should
if
be
you're
the invite code.
Yeah, and if you're playing, so if you guys are playing around with this, send your, do your testing and send her the information. This is just awesome. And then here's the Discord link as well. Oh, how fun. Okay, so great. Well, that is the playing around that we were going to do today, but you guys can go to sptv.space and click on resources and find this and play around with it. I know I'm dying to. When does it reset? When can I ask more questions? Or I log into my ChatGPT if I have the paid version.
Yes.
So you can have the paid version of ChatGPT, but then it gets you access. That's so interesting to me how that works.
I know they got a weird model,
Yeah,
but yeah. If you do want to access the bot, if you're on resources and you don't know what to do because there's countless of them, there are many, many things that people have contributed on this website.
yeah.
If you're looking specifically for those, they're under the SPTV Community Sourced tab.
Okay.
Or if, for the hell of it, just as a little shout out, if you want to, well, I guess humble brag, if you want to see what I have on my Google Drive folder, which is just a whole bunch of church-related stuff,
Yeah.
feel free to go to the LRH materials category.
Okay. On the sptv.space website.
Yep.
Oh, I totally want to do that because often, having left Scientology, a lot of it I've just wanted to let go, but to go back and process it, sometimes I need to remember, like, how did we do this? What was the policy on that? What was the mindset? Because I tried to move so much away from it. I can see this tool also being helpful in the healing of Scientology to be able to go look at the actual references and go, oh my gosh, I wasn't crazy. That is what they said. So I think this is absolutely fantastic. And I appreciate so much the hard work that you're doing and Z News and Fluffer Squirrel and Bridget and everyone is just doing to make this happen. It is absolutely incredible.
I never thought I'd see a level of activism like this since 2008.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's very true. And with technology now, like really technology.
it's going
So great.
crazy.
Yes. Well, everybody, you can catch Scientology Geek has a channel there. It's at Scientology Geek, just like it says on the screen, right?
Mhm.
Okay, fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Holly. Everybody, thank you for being here. Hit that like on your way out, hit subscribe, go play with the Chat GPT at sptv.space. Let me know what you find out if anything crazy happens. I would love to hear about it. You guys know how to reach me, Natalie at lifeafteraccult.com. In the meantime, everybody get out there and have an amazing cult-free day.